If you want to try a delicious raspberry gin cocktail, keep watching on Let's Talk Drinks. Hi everybody, welcome back. My first cocktail video, making a cocktail in a long time. Sorry, I have been slack, but I'm back. So I'm going to use a gin that is created by Threefold Distilling. It is gin made in South Australia, and one of the guys that are distilling it is Steve the Bartender. If you haven't watched Steve the Bartender before, where have you been? He's my favorite YouTube creator, personality that does cocktails, so the link will be at the bottom. This is his raspberry gin. I've never tried it yet, so I'm going to give it a little bit of a taste first, and then I'm going to make 3 raspberry gin cocktails. All right. Ooh. I'm a massive fan of raspberries, anything raspberry flavored. Oh, it's very bright. Smells really delicious. Oh, yum, 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 yum. Really good. Check out the link at the end of this video where I do a review on a couple of his other gins, or the boys' other gins, which are also fantastic. So I wanted to do an original cocktail, but obviously, like most of my cocktails, it's a twist on a classic, and this will be a twist on a 20th century. And the first ingredient that we're going to use, obviously, is the Threefold raspberry gin. We're going to do 45 mils or 1.5 ounces. Because we really want to be able to taste the gin in this cocktail. So the next ingredient that we're going to use is, I would normally do like 15 mils of creme de cacao. Now, I don't have creme de cacao in the bar, unfortunately, white one. I do have dark. So what I'm going to do is, I would suggest that you use 15 mils of creme de cacao, white. But because I don't have any, I'm going to do a blend of Mozart, which is a white chocolate spirit with some sugar syrup, and it should do the same thing. So I'm going to do about 7.5 mils, and then 7.5 mils of sugar syrup. And I think that that will just about get me close to what a white creme de cacao will taste like. Next up, 20 mils or 2/3 of an ounce of Lillet Blanc. I just think this will go really well with the chocolate and the raspberry. And by the way, I've never tried this before. I sort of got the bottle and said I think it would make a great 20th century. Now, last but not least, 15 mils or 1/2 ounce of fresh lemon juice. I'm going to give that a little bit of a taste because I honestly haven't tried this before. I think that's going to work. Okay. Add some ice, and always make sure that you chill down your glassware. Give it a good shake. Actually, I'm going to do a Steve the Bartender shake, okay? Obviously not as good looking as Steve, and he's really famous for his smile during his shake. All right, let's see how this looks. So we're double straining into a Nick and Nora glass. Looks pretty good there. And for the garnish, I'm going to do a lemon twist just on top. What I'm actually going to do with the twist is, I think I'm going to just get those oil across, and I'm going to discard it. Let's try it first. It smells really good. I'm happy with that. What I like about this raspberry gin is I'm getting the sweetness of the raspberry, but also a little bit of tartness, which is great. It goes really well. Raspberry and white chocolate, that's why I thought it would work. The lemon juice is balancing it out as well. That white creme de cacao, or that I kind of made up, is perfect for it. This is a cocktail that you could pretty much drink all year round, I think, especially in the summertime. I would chuck this on the menu any time of the year, for sure. So go out and make one of these. A name, twist on the 20th century, it's the Threefold Distilling, 23rd century. Check it out. Raspberry gin cocktail number 2 is the Flora Dora cocktail. Now this was created in the early 1900s and it was named after a Broadway musical. Apparently this was huge though in the 1950s. All the sophisticated high-end people were drinking this cocktail, and it's one that we're just going to build in a glass. The first thing is I will add my ice. And now this cocktail wasn't originally made with a raspberry style gin. It used a raspberry syrup, but we're going to give this one a try, and I'm going to do 45 ml or ounce and a half. Now I still want to add some form of raspberry syrup there as well, so I'm going to do 15 ml of Chambord. Then 15 ml or half an ounce of freshly squeezed lime juice, just to balance out the sweetness from the Chambord. And last but not least, we're going to top it off with some ginger ale. I'm using the Fever Tree Spiced Orange ginger ale. I think that will work as well. You can just use any ginger ale, but I always say use a really good quality one. So Cappy, Fever Tree are fantastic. I'm going to give that a little bit of a stir. I think it kind of reminds me a little bit of the El Diablo, which is a similar style drink but with tequila in it. So as for a garnish, just a lime wedge, very simple garnish, and there we go. Let's give it a try, the Flora Dora. Oh, yum. Refreshing, a little bit of spice there from the ginger ale. The orange is coming through. The raspberry gin is the hero, absolutely, of this cocktail. I'm happy with that. First time once again. Flora Dora. Now, last but not least, I'm going to make another twist on a classic. This will be a raspberry gimlet. And the first ingredient is going to be 60 ml or 2 ounces of a raspberry gin. Once again, using the Threefold. Smells so good too. Next up, I'm going to do 30 ml or 1 ounce of lime juice, freshly squeezed. Then I'm going to do 15 ml or half an ounce of a sugar syrup. And last but not least, I'm going to add maybe half an ounce again of Chambord, raspberry liqueur. I want this to be a little bit sort of sweeter style. Just to, that sugar I think will really amplify the flavour of the gin, because this raspberry gin isn't sweet. That's what I love about it. You can adjust the sweetness of your cocktail by adding a little bit of sugar syrup or whatever you want. Yeah, made really well. Add some ice to that. Give it a good shake. All right. Nice, short and sharp. I'm going to give that a taste because I haven't made this one before. All these are just off the cuff today. Oh yeah. Oh, that sweetness is actually really good. Steve, I think you're going to like this one. Maybe I need to do a collab video with you one day when I come to Adelaide. All right. So normally you would probably use some raspberries on a skewer. I think that because I've made it a little bit on the sweeter style, just going to do an orange zest over the top, just to release some of those oils. We'll drop that in there. That is the raspberry gimlet. That is really good. If you have a slightly sweeter tooth, as I do, that's probably the best of the three, but I like them all. So guys, please like, subscribe, check out the link below. Check out Steve the bartender, he does amazing things, and hopefully we'll see you again soon on Let's Talk Drinks.